What's next for EA? Of course, they're coming out with another college football game, which is great, but it's like at this point, are we actually done with EA? Now, considering a lot of people continue to play Ultimate Team, the direction for improvement of the game is very little. So, the first thing that we got to do is stop supporting Ultimate Team, but that's never going to happen, especially the people that love to gamble in that game mode, which I don't know why you want to spend more money on a video game, even though you get the pre-order bonus for Ultimate Team to get more stuff. And that's just a lot of money as is, and yet you're going to continue to spend more money. It just doesn't make sense to me. But it's pay to win. Then you have that repetitive cycle, just like what we had in Madden over the years, where they end up slightly improving the game, adding a few new animations, but overall, they end up bringing things that we once had in previous versions and act like it's brand new and revamp it or tweak it in a way. But overall, it's like we're not stupid, but apparently the community seems stupid because that's what EA has been doing with their product, and a lot of people still continue to support it as what the main go-to mode's supposed to be, which in this case Dynasty, they do just enough to the point where they keep the community hooked to where they want certain things to be added and improved, and that's what they continue to do year in and year out. They do just enough to satisfy the community every single year, but it's not enough, and that's why it keeps a lot of people hooked into the game mode. For example, just a little detail of being able to improve players. Like, you're able to improve players, but it's not like how it used to be. Also, for offline purposes, people that love to play offline and just want to tweak their players, give that an option. Another thing, like just creating a player. So I'm pretty sure they're going to implement that in next year's football game, but that's the things I'm talking about. They just do enough to get by, and then they make you wait till next year to add certain things like that into the game. Then you have the just regular casual competition of head to head, which I have always played every single year, even with Madden. It's enjoyable to me because, you're playing players that love to compete, but it's like at the same time, you get so tired of playing the same overpowering top teams back to back. Like this year has been just Alabama, Ohio State, or Georgia. I mean, that's expected because people want to win. So, of course, they're going to use the top teams. But, like, especially for me, facing Alabama every single match, or pretty much 99% of my matches, it just gets absolutely irritating. Which then forces you to go play Ultimate Team because you have a better chance of having, a different team than your opponent, possibly better, but it gives you those odds of facing teams that is, of course, pay to win, but it's always different compared to playing the same exact team in online regs. Now, they did try the tier system, which absolutely did not work, where if you pick a certain tier, it should match you up within that tier team. But I guess they thought of it like if people are actually good with certain teams, they can actually abuse it and dominate against players or ease their way up to the playoff run, and then they can change to a dominant team to just get easy championships. And the search engine, they just did not perfect it at all, and that's how I think that they, for most players, abused that search engine option that was available to make things easier for them to get wins. I think the best option is to implement, being able to use a variety of team playbooks. Now, once again, I preach about this. Like, I didn't mind that you had to use certain teams to use certain playbooks, but it's like at the same time, if it was given like Madden where you can customize your playbook, it results into people being able to do the invisible team glitch, which still yet to this day EA has not fixed in Madden, and people are still able to do it. Now, I did not play Madden that much to actually see it, but since Madden 15, I have seen that glitch every single year because people are able to use custom created playbooks. Now, of course, EA was aware of that and they wanted to avoid that in college football. But the thing is, when you don't have the option to use certain playbooks that you absolutely like, certain teams can have overpowering playbooks. Like this year has been Alabama, and the fact that they have a very great playbook and then you have a dominant team on top of that is just difficult to wanting to use teams outside of those type of teams. So the best option that I think that they should do is continue to work on the search engine for the tier system, but even going to the playoffs, you have to use that same tier system to continue to play within the same tier teams. And as well have the option to use a variety of different team playbooks because it will limit you from trying to use certain teams based on playbooks and of course the team overall. Now, overall, with the game, as far as offline, they really done well with the challenging of facing the computer, especially on higher difficulties, which I did not mind. But once you get the hang of how the CPU plays and you get familiar with certain plays that becomes cheesy, of course, you're going to have a full advantage playing the CPU. So it's great for a time being, but then it kind of gets repetitive and easy over time. And that's just a repetitive cycle when it comes to playing the CPU. There's more to cover about that, but those are kind of like the certain areas that I take into consideration that is focused heavily on or how they go about it and very limited improvements if anything, but that's how I see the future of EA. Now, ever since I played test the beta for ESG, once this game drops, this is going to be the best option of choice to play from outside of EA because this game will deliver day one. And like I said, over the past couple of videos, that what this game presented in the beta and what's to come for the future once it polishes up and um, gets fixed and everything up to launch, this game is going to just tear everybody away from EA and convert them to playing this game because this game is such an amazing game. It's a different feel and it gives off a new era for a new generation to actually enjoy. It's just something different, and that's what we extremely need at this point in time. Anyways, let me know what you guys think down below in the comments about this and the future of EA, and or you guys are looking forward to more ESG. Until next time, I'll see you guys later, and I'm out. Peace.